Passé Composé in French with FrenchSpanishOnline.com. There is a difficulty with past tenses in French. They do not match any specific tense in English. I mean that to translate the preterite tense, for example, we don't have one specific tense. Here in this lesson we are going to see le passé composé. This tense is for an action or a state that started and ended in the past. For example, yesterday I went, but also recent past. For this reason, in English you can use the present perfect or the preterite to translate it in English. Let's see how. First, with our timeline. So here, if we have the present tense, all what we have before our blue arrow, so this green arrow, is le passé composé in French, in the past and nothing to do with the present. How to build it? Well, it's not as difficult because it's like the present perfect in English. I have danced. Here we have in English an auxiliary verb, the verb to have, and a past participle to dance, danced here. Well, in French, the passé composé is the same. So if you want to say I have danced, you can say j'ai dansé, and we have our auxiliary verb to have, j'ai, and the past participle, danser. The difficulty, as we said before, is that j'ai dansé can be I have danced, so the present perfect, but also the preterite, I danced. Of course, there is a rule for that, and to know which tense we are going to use. Let's start first how to build it. We've just seen that we have the auxiliary verb to have. We have an additional difficulty here, because in French we also have a second auxiliary verb, the verb to be, to build the passé composé. So here, for example, je suis tombé, I have fallen or I fell, is the passé composé, correct, with to be as an auxiliary verb. Let's see first the auxiliary verb avoir. In French, we say that we have three categories of verbs. First, verbs which infinitive ends in er. We call it the first group, and all the past participles of this group are regular. One exception, the verb to go, aller. The second group, verbs ending in ir. In this group, too, the past participle is regular. The third group, all irregular verbs you may have in French. Let's start so with the first group. For example, to sing here. So the passé composé, to translate I have sang, I sang. You can say in French, j'ai chanté. So here the auxiliary verb is avoir and the past participle is regular, all the time chanté. So j'ai chanté, tu as chanté, il a chanté, elle a chanté, on a chanté, nous avons chanté, vous avez chanté, ils ont chanté, elles ont chanté. Second group now. Here, the verb ending in ir, like finir, to finish. So here we have j'ai fini, the past participle, is also regular. Tu as fini, il a fini, elle a fini, on a fini, nous avons fini, vous avez fini, ils ont fini, elles ont fini. The third groups are irregular verbs. Here we have some example. To run, courir, j'ai couru. So here the past participle is couru. To drink, boire, tu as bu. To see, voir, il a vu. To take, prendre, nous avons pris. To be, être. Être is irregular. Vous avez été. So we will say j'ai été, tu as été, il a été, etc. To translate, I was or I have been. To have is also irregular in French. Avoir, elles ont eu. J'ai eu, tu as eu, il a eu, etc. Elles ont eu. Let's see now le passé composé built with to be or être as the auxiliary verb. The verbs in French that need to be as an auxiliary verb are mostly related to a move or an absence of move. Let's take some examples. The verb to go, for example. Yes, it's easy to understand that here we move with the verb to go. In French is aller, and le passé composé needs the verb to be. Je suis allé. There is another difficulty here. because there is an agreement between the subject and the past participle. So if a girl is speaking, you need an additional E. When you write it, of course, you don't listen it. You can't hear it. That's the same pronunciation, je suis allé. But in the written way, you need the additional E. The same thing for to arrive, there is a move, arriver, tu es arrivé. To come in, entrer, il est entré, and of course, a girl, elle est entrée with an additional E. To come, venir, nous sommes venus, here the plural, so we need an S. To stay, rester, vous êtes resté. To go upstairs, monter, ils sont montés. And to die, mourir, elles sont mortes. That's what you need to know in this lesson, how to build the passé composé. If now you want to understand how to use it, there is a lesson for that. This is a comparison between two past tenses in French, le passé composé and the imparfait. So, for us, c'est fini. Thank you for watching this slide with me. If you want more information, you can go straight to FrenchSpanishOnline.com website, and here you will have the script of this lesson. Au revoir!